7 hikers and 1 body returned to Israel after vicious Nepal avalanche. U.S. State Department says Kerry's comments were taken out of context. Obama appoints a Jewish man as Ebola response coordinator. And witness sees man installing a hidden camera in the women's showers of a synagogue. Shalom and welcome to the Jerusalem Post News. Today is Sunday, October 19th, and here are your top stories. 7 Israelis injured in last week's massive avalanche in Nepal arrived in Israel early this morning, and the body of Nadav Shoam, one of the 3 Israeli trekkers killed in the blizzard, arrived on a flight late Saturday night.
I was stuck in snow till here, and then one Nepali guy that knows the way saw me, and he asked me to stay with him and just really dragged me.
Our plan was to spend the night at this tea shop and get out in the morning and see the weather. We was lucky, and the weather was sunny, and the
storm was stopped.
Yeah, the storm was stopped.
6 of the injured Israelis suffered from various degrees of frostbite, and one of the injured's vision was impaired. Another Israeli citizen, Michal Gili Charkeski, 43, from Givatayim, remains missing while Nepal continues its emergency rescue operation. President Barack Obama on Friday named the Jewish Ron Klain as the Ebola Czar, or Ebola response coordinator, who will organize U.S. efforts to contain the Ebola outbreak.
And we are confident he has all of the credentials that we could want for somebody who can implement these kinds of policies that are so critical to the safety and health of the American people.
Klain, a lawyer and a businessman, was a senior White House aide to Obama and chief of staff to Vice President Joe Biden. He will report to Homeland Security Advisor Lisa Monaco and National Security Advisor Susan Rice. The State Department on Friday rejected accusations that Secretary of State John Kerry made a linkage between the emergence of the Islamic State and the stalled Israeli-Palestinian peace process.
And I would take issue with the part of your question that Israeli leaders, plural, have disagreed with what they thought the Secretary said. I saw one in particular. And we would say to that, we know passions run high, politics are intense, but either the specific minister did not actually read what the Secretary said, or someone's engaging in the politics of distortion here.
In her remarks to the press, the State Department's deputy spokesperson, Marie Harf, said that Kerry's remarks were taken out of context by Economy Minister Naftali Bennett for political reasons.
First, he did not make any linkage between Israel and the growth of ISIL, period. And we can go back over what he actually said, which I have in front of me. He did not make that linkage. What he was saying is, in the course of his work, do leaders in Europe and in the Middle East tell him that they like that the U.S. wants to try and achieve peace? Of course they do. Do the leaders think peace would help create a more stable region? Of course they do. That is in no way a newsflash. It's something that presidents of both parties for decades have said.
Harf added that Israeli-Palestinian peace would stabilize a currently volatile region. However, Kerry's comments in no way directly link the Islamic State group and Israel, as Bennett had suggested. A U.S. rabbi has been arrested on charges of installing hidden cameras in the women's showers of a synagogue. Rabbi Barry Frundle of Washington's prominent Kesher Israel congregation was arrested Tuesday at his home in Washington. He was charged with voyeurism after a witness allegedly saw him installing a clock radio with a hidden camera in the women's showers of the congregation's mikveh. Frundle was ordered to stay away from the congregation and the Jewish converts who immersed in the synagogue's mikveh. Kesher Israel has suspended Frundle without pay, as has the Orthodox Rabbinical Council of America. And that's all for today. Don't forget to go to jpost.com and check out our Facebook page for more on these developing stories. Until tomorrow, shalom from the Jerusalem Post studio.